Hi trainers, I'm Tears, how's it going? Today we have the actual changes, the detailed notes by iant6325 posted by El Chico Eevee. We have all the numbers and all that jazz, so I'm very excited to jump into it, and I honestly think this might be just absolutely meta changing. Like, I think we're going to see some big meta shifts with this patch notes, so I'm so excited for this. First we have Umbreon. Its boosted auto heal decreased from 12% to 10% missing health. Foul Play has been nerfed as well. It does less damage from 100% attack to 80% attack. I'm just going to say like the general numbers I see here instead of doing like the whole equation and things like that. And for the opponent attack, it's 250% down to 200%. Wish has also received a cooldown buff, so 6.5 seconds to 5.5 seconds. Snarl has also received a nerf from 5 seconds to 7 seconds cooldown, so there's an increase or take longer to use. Oh, and Foul Play, it's not written here, but Foul Play also has an increase in the cooldown as well from 5 seconds to 7 seconds, so you'll be doing less damage and you'll have to wait longer to use that move. Back to Snarl, the attack/special attack has a decrease from 8% to 6% decrease. The stun has also been lessened from 1 second to 0.7 seconds, and Snarl Plus, the stun goes from 1.5 seconds to 1 second. So Umbreon is getting a bunch of nerfs and a little bit of buff to Wish with the cooldown, but mostly nerfs, and I'm wondering if it's going to do some big things to Umbreon, who is the top highest win rate Pokemon in the game at the moment. Can't wait to see what's going to happen with that. Next we have is Chandelure. Chandelure Overheat has a cooldown increase from 6 seconds to 7.5 seconds, Overheat Plus 5 seconds to 6.5 seconds, and Imprison 8 seconds to 10 seconds. So it's just all cooldown nerfs for Chandelure. Everything here is going to take longer now. Next we have is Leafeon. So Leafeon's Solar Blade, this is a lot of numbers. It now overall does more damage. So Solar Blade has received a buff. Aerial Ace receives a buff from 1.5 seconds to 0.5 seconds cooldown. Hopefully this does more for that move. And then next we have Leaf Blade, which is also receiving a nerf with the cooldown being increased from 8 seconds to 9 seconds. The damage has also been decreased from 23% to 18.5% and 47% to 37%. Leafeon has been a pretty strong speedster, which, you know, for me personally, I am happy to see speedsters in a better spot than before. Sometimes I just felt like they were really just struggling against all-rounders because all-rounders just could do what speedsters could do but survive. So we are seeing like a lot of speedsters come into the light here, and one that it's in my title that I'm going to talk about soon that I'm very excited for as well. Next we have Duraludon. Duraludon's boosted auto max damage to wild Pokemon 1800 down to 1000. Flash Cannon 6 second cooldown to 5 second cooldown. Boosted auto L max damage to wild Pokemon 800 to 500. Dragon Pulse 9 seconds to 7.5 seconds cooldown. Permark max damage to wild 750 to 400. Final Ring max damage to wild 900 down to 600. And Stealth Rock speed reduction 15% to 25%, limit 6 to 4. I'm just gonna say that I love Stealth Rock as a move, but I never use it on Duraludon. But I think it's such a fun move to use on Duraludon, so the fact that the 15% to 25% is pretty crazy to me. And Flash Cannon, you'll be able to use it more often as well because the cooldown has been reduced, and oh man, I'm very happy about that. But it looks like generally you just will do less to wild Pokemon. Dragonite Hyper Beam nerf, so from 8 seconds to 10 seconds, so they're going to increase the cooldown by 2 seconds. So Dragonite just gets a little bit of a cooldown nerf to Hyper Beam. Next we have Lucario. Oh my gosh, are we back in 2021? Extreme Speed, the damage has been increased from 198% to 208%. Close Combat from 9 seconds to a 7.5 second cooldown, so they're taking a chunk off there. And the Unite move 134 seconds to 112 seconds. Oh my gosh, Lucario meta used to be so insane. It was a Pokemon that you would see like in almost every single game. It was just crazy. So I'm wondering if this will bring Lucario back into the meta. Extreme Speed is my favorite moveset to use on Lucario, so I'm very excited about that. And I really loved using Close Combat as well. The buffs I did to Close Combat back then was insane. Like, you could heal all the way to full health with Close Combat. It was just wild. Next we have, oh my gosh, next we have is Zeraora. So Zeraora's discharge from 10 seconds to 8 seconds cooldown. Wild Charge 9 seconds to 10 seconds cooldown. The attack from Wild Charge has been nerfed as well from 140% 49% to 141% and 74.5% to 70.5%. And in this patch notes here from Alchico Eevee or IANT6325, it doesn't actually say that Zeraora also has level changes for its move, which is so big for Zeraora because this is something that it struggled with for so long. So Zeraora now gets its first move at level 5 instead of level 6 and its second move at level 7 instead of level 8, which is going to do so much for Zeraora's early game. It's going to do so much for its farm. It's going to do so much for Zeraora in general. It is a change that was needed for Zeraora for so long. Zeraora will be able to gank straight from the jungle now. Like, it'll have its first move. It's going to make a big difference for Zeraora. So while that it's, generally stats wise, it's nerfed from Discharge and Wild Charge, overall, I think this is better for Zeraora because I do think it just makes its jungle potential and its impact even stronger with the level changes. But we will see when it comes out on the live client. You can test it on PTS probably at the moment, but on the live client, we'll see how it goes because that is just so cool. Like Lucario and Zeraora buffs that I think will be better for them. It just brings me back to 2021 or Pokemon Unite, so that's really cool. Next we have is Mamoswine. So Mamoswine's ability Thick Fat, duration 3 seconds to 5 seconds. The defense and the speed has been increased as well. For Ice Fang, 60% attack to, it says 175, but it's supposed to be 75%, Alchico Eevee said, and then 180% to 225%. So Ice Fang getting a buff there. Earthquake, 151% attack to 189% attack, and the Unite move, 123 seconds down to 112 seconds cooldown, and the throw opponent is increased from 1 second to 1.5 seconds. So Mamoswine is getting a buff. I'm very happy for Mamoswine because I love Mamoswine using it. Don't like going against it regardless if it's buffed or not, but I love playing Mamoswine. It's one of my favorite defenders, so I'm very excited to try out these buffs for Mamoswine. Hopefully I get into my Nuzlocke if I'm lucky, but then again, it's hard to carry with Mamo, but I also failed that as Zacian, so... Next we have is Jigglypuff. So Jigglypuff Sing, the cooldown has been decreased from 10 seconds to 8 seconds. So you can use Sing more quicker now. Like you can use it because it'll be up faster. And Sing was an ability that everyone was horrified at. They're really just bringing it back to 2021. They just want to bring back some moves that we saw back in the early Pokemon Unite days. Sing is one of those. That's pretty cool. Next we have is Goodra. Goodra's ability Gooey, attack speed reduced from 30% to 50%. Dragon Pulse, 7.5 seconds to 6 seconds cooldown. Power Whip, movement speed reduced 50% for 2 seconds, now 80% diminishing 15% every 0.5 seconds for 3 seconds. Next we have is Inteleon. Inteleon Snipe Shot distance from 15 meters to 20 meters, so now it can attack from a further range, which I think is good for Inteleon because I think Inteleon just really struggled in the PTS when I played it. I think it just couldn't move like Decidueye when it was sniping and stuff, and you kind of just felt like a sitting duck as well. But if you can do it from a further and safer distance, that might do good for Inteleon. It's just the charge up time is also incredibly long as well. So we'll see how this goes for Inteleon, but I know in the PTS it just felt a little bit weak and struggling, so I have no idea. And for Zoroark, it's just only the stats that have been increased. So Alchico Eevee has posted Zoroark stats, and the only thing that has been changed is the attack. So now Zoroark does a less damage overall from early game all the way up to late game. We'll see how this goes for Zoroark. Can't say for sure right now, but it is a bit of a nerf to its damage. Zoroark has been wreaking havoc, so we'll see if this just makes it like, calms it down a little bit. Okay, so those are the changes that we have, the detailed changes. I'm just getting some big 2021 vibes from this. I'm so eager to see what it's going to do for Zeraora, and I want to know if it does anything for Lucario. I want to see if it kind of holds back some Pokemon that are just wreaking havoc at the moment. But it looks like we're pretty okay of getting out of the Zacian meta because the Zacian has been struggling, I guess not really struggling, but it is knocked down quite a bit from being the best Pokemon, and now it's like not the best of the best anymore. It's not in its own tier anymore where it's just extremely unstoppable, although you can still do some insane things with that Pokemon. So overall, I think this might be a good patch. I don't play Zeraora honestly, but these changes actually make me want to try it, hopefully get it in my Nuzlocke. Thank you so much for watching, trainers. Under the comments down below what you think about this, and I can't wait to catch you with the next one. Bye!